Welcome back to the streets of Miami here on Speed. Coverage of the Trans Am Series, the 10th round of the 2002 season, with Bill Adam, Iberick Benjamin, Calvin Fish, and Jan Bikish on pit road. While we were in break, the leader, Boris Said, decided to make his pit stop in the 33 car. And Billy's given up a lot of track position with that stop.
He has, and the one guy who has gambled a lot is Stu Hainer, who is still in the lead without making a pit stop yet. So I think what they're doing is pretending that there are going to be a whole bunch of yellows here, and they know for sure they are. Big gambles.
Here's the stop by the 33 car. Boris came in while he was leading. They had tires out, but the green flag is flying once again. We're back underway. Boris fueled the car and came right back out, but Hainer is your restart leader. He hasn't yet stopped. That's Diaz in the 91. He spun. Lewis had problems, but he is up to third right now. Calvin Fish, what happened when Boris came to pit road? And we'll get to Calvin in a moment as we ride on top of one of the ACS cars.
Calvin likes to keep secrets.
There is contact. The McGuire's Corvette, the 9 car, Mike Cronin Jr., he spun. Gets the car pointed in the right direction. Looked as though Boris might have gotten into Cronin as they were running back around 10th and 11th.
The word it has gone. Now I wonder if somebody is thinking about giving Boris a stop and go for that tag.
Tony Ave in the 53 trying to go inside Mike Lewis. This time, Lewis clipped the car that was challenged.
Well, now that's Mike Lewis's second incident of contact. Remember Tommy Dreesy down the front straight? That was the first one. And they're really, again, he did nothing wrong because the Panos was not nearly alongside far enough to be challenging for the corner. So Mike did not have to give him any more room.
Justin Bell in the 40 car made a pass there as well, getting by Ave there. Sorry.
The downside is that I think Tony has lost that right front winglet on the corner of the car. Yes, it is gone.
And here comes Paul Gentilozzi. He has to serve his penalty now under green flag conditions. Work goes on Paul Fix's car after that spin and wall slap a few moments ago. Here comes the Johnson controls for top of 3 for Gentilozzi. And you come to the penalty box for the stop and go.
I love the looks of these Jaguars.
Calvin Fish.
Paul Gentilozzi comes down here 35 miles an hour. He's going to be smoking. The man who had to stand in his way there is Smokey. He's the Trans Am official. I'm not sure I'd want this job. You got really drivers who are not very happy when they come down this end, and they're going to give a big Smokey burnout, so it's probably an appropriate name for him.
Well, you know that Paul Gentilozzi is not happy with being penalized. We've got to look now at what happened and what caused the penalty to be called on Gentilozzi. Watch Leitzinger in the yellow 88 car, the Tommy Bahama car. Here's Gentilozzi. His pit stop finished. They nearly get together, and Paul was found to have been in excess of the pit road speed limit heading toward the exit.
He appeared to be going a little bit quick.
Stu Hainer, meantime, takes advantage of all the skirmishing behind him. He takes the Don Sack Trenton Forging Chevy out to a good lead now.
Yes.
It's 3 seconds over George Diaz.
And a little while ago, we talked about lap times, how they have been very slow, and suddenly Stu runs a 1 minute and 12-second lap. So he is the quickest car on the track right now, partly because he's got the clear track in front, but also he is just a very fine driver, and this car is well set up right now.
Watching the 0-2 of Hainer in the lead, thinking back to Memorial Day weekend at Lime Rock. Bill, you and I were there. Hainer nearly won that race without a fuel stop. The engine let go in the car with less than 5 to go. He was the only driver who was going to try to do it that day.
Yeah, I think that still wins the Heartbreak of the Year award from my standpoint. He was so close and had driven just a perfect race to have it taken away from that close to the end.
Claudio Burton there in car number 2. One of the Panos is in the field. He's 14th. Hainer closing in on him to put him a lap down. Comes Diaz in the Haviland Jaguar, the number 91.
And you know what? He is having a great race. We haven't really talked very much about George, but 19th on the grid, currently running second. He, too, has not made a pit stop. He is one of only 3 cars at this point. Stu Hainer, Diaz, and Mike Lewis that haven't stopped. But credit to him because he's running very quick lap times, only a little bit slower than Hainer. Should a pace car come out or a yellow flag, all of a sudden the gap goes away again.
He did have an incident earlier in the race, and he has fought back from that. Now Mike Lewis from 8th to 3rd. Lewis has made the 12 car very wide a couple of times here today, keeping guys from getting by him. Tony Ave a few moments ago got a winglet knocked off the 53 car as he tried to go to the inside of Lewis in a corner. How about Justin Bell? 13th, he is 4th, and remember, he stopped very early at Jim Durhak Chevrolet. He took on fuel in the first caution.
Yeah, see, we talked about the value of that. I thought they hit that right on the head. You talk about a perfect bit of time. Justin and the guys from Jim Gerhard really nailed that one, and it's come back to pay, I think, the biggest dividend of the race so far. He's running very quickly. He's up the inside. Here he goes. That's a nice clean pass.
Lap Burton in the 2 car and set sail. Oh, in trouble for Tommy Dreese. Spun again. Dreese in that Daredevil Pyroware Jag, the 5 car. He gets it punted in the right direction. He was trying to work on Boris Said deep in the field. They were 9th and 10th. Dreese has several cars go by him before he can get up to speed.
And just take a look at the shine of the pavement as they're driving over this. It's pretty bad when you're looking at asphalt and you can see a reflection of a car.
Polished like a mirror in certain places.
Oh, it is.
Rear body work flapping on the 5 car. He may have to come to pit road.
Well, I hope he knows.
Understand that Dreese got into the wall on the front straightaway, which may have caused all of this. Here's another look as they come off of turn 16. Boy, did he get loose there.
Oh, boy, he really slammed that wall.
Just missed the tire barrier and drilled the outside wall as he was on the gas, nearly collecting Boris Said, the series points leader. So Dreese, with bodywork flapping, may well have to come back to pit road. Hayner leads. Diaz is second. Lewis, Bell, and Ave. Butch Leitzinger is 6th in line in the 88 car. 31 laps of 73 are complete in Miami. Welcome back to the streets of Miami. Coverage of the Trans Am Tour here on Speed. Coming up tonight at 8 Eastern, NASCAR Victory Lane. All the information you need after Talladega today and a whole lot more. John Roberts and the gang. Our Charlotte studios tonight at 8 Eastern, NASCAR Victory Lane, only here on Speed. Watching race leader Stu Hayner in the Trent Forging Chevrolet. Looking another lap up on Claudio Burton's 2 car. Hayner started 5th out of Yorba Linda, California. He has not yet pitted. He's taken advantage of a lot of action on and off the track on pit road. Take a look at a couple of things that happened in the last few moments. Here's Justin Bell working by George Diaz to take away 3rd spot. Moments before that, Boris Said, who started on the pole, led the first 25 or so laps today. Made a great move on Butch Leitzinger coming through turn 16 to the front straightaway to retake a spot. Boris is now up to 5th in front of Tony Ave. Hayner, meantime, has built about a 10-second lead over Mike Lewis, who got to 2nd. Justin Bell is 3rd. Calvin Fish, Hayner has not yet stopped. Are we going to see him try to go all the way again like he did at Lime Rock back on Memorial Day?
Well, he almost made it there. He had an engine problem towards the end of that race, but I don't think so. I keep checking in with the team. They're really keeping their cards close to their chest, but they're saying about lap 52, they have to bring him in, otherwise they'll be close to running out. So they need an awful amount of yellow to really get him to the finish, but they believe if they get a caution, that would be the time to bring him in, just as some of the other leaders did. So they're praying for yellow. I don't think they can make it all the way.
So that would leave him about 20 laps short, Bill Adam, probably about 30, 35 miles of racing short today on the fuel side. And Hayner really is taking quite a gamble here as we watch some of the cars. That's Burton way offline. There's Mike Lewis. Now, he's gotten past. There's Justin Bell behind him. And here comes Boris Said, who started on the pole. Boris shown in 5th position as they come down the front stretch. Right in front of it, George Diaz there in the 91. Take a ride here with Boris in the ACS Panos. He's the series points leader. 5 victories in the first 9 rounds of the championship this year. This is the 10th race. Boris had the advantage of starting on the pole. He did stop fairly early. Talking about Hayner's strategy, Bill, usually it doesn't work out if you try to wait and make your fuel stop late in the race.
No, it doesn't, but the one strategy that I really do like talking about waiting, and that's Mike Lewis. We've seen him this year really get good mileage out of his Jaguar, and once again, he's running a very strong 2nd place. He's running really quick lap times. Can he do it? I don't know. That might be my question mark of the day.
Boris Said has moved back to 4th spot after his stop. He has gotten by George Diaz in the 91. There's Lewis. Moving up behind Mike Davis in the 11. Lewis in the Amerisweets Benihana Jaguar. Jan Beekes, what are you hearing from Lewis's camp? What are they planning to do on fuel?
Well, Bill said it was the question of the day. The answer to that question is they need 14 laps of yellow to make it to the end without a pit stop. Well, we've already had 7. They said, you know what, if we get 3 more laps of yellow, we might roll the dice and go for it. So they will not pit until they absolutely have to, but they do have a shot at making it all the way.
I like that a lot. I think that's a really good gamble, and the chances are they could just as well get those laps of yellow.
Watching Lewis in the Amerisweets car running 2nd. He is 14 seconds behind race leader Stu Hayner, but it could be a gamble on fuel. Former champion Tommy Kendall. They're saying TK forever here in Miami.
A vandal.